The ECU football team landed in Michigan late this afternoon as we get closer to the kickoff of a new season. The Pirates meet second-ranked Michigan tomorrow at noon inside the largest stadium in America.
North Carolina showed exactly why the Tar Heels might be a #1 seed in the NCAA tournament when the bracket comes out Sunday night. Carolina dominated on both ends of the floor, and just about every Tar Heel got involved.
Playoff baseball returns to Kinston tonight. The Down East Wood Ducks take the field at historic Granger Stadium with a chance to move on to the next round of the Carolina League playoffs. As for the Tar Heels, the tough early season schedule continues this weekend when the Big Ten's Minnesota Golden Gophers visit Kenan Stadium.
It is a beautiful spring-like day in the nation's capital. The infamous cherry blossoms are nearing full bloom. And for the NC State fans here in the district this weekend, everything probably seems a little brighter and smells a little better after last night's upset win over the Duke Blue Devils here inside Capital One Arena. Tonight, the Wolfpack look to make it 4 wins in 4 days and advance to the ACC championship game for the first time since 2007. Yeah, Angie, a 28-point victory for the Tar Heels over the Wagner Seahawks here this afternoon at Spectrum Center. Maybe not the prettiest effort from the Tar Heels, but when you get to March, it is all about surviving and advancing, and that's exactly what the Tar Heels did here today. Let's take you and show you a little bit of how it happened. Armando Baycott, the super senior for the Tar Heels, big game for him, 20 points, 15 rebounds. R.J. Davis, the ACC Player of the Year, he had 22 points. It's a 90-62 Tar Heel victory. Carolina moves on to face Michigan State right here in Charlotte on Saturday. Outside of the building, this is what it looked like about 90 minutes before the games tipped off today at Spectrum Center. Thousands of Hoops fans waiting to get in on the March Madness. Many taking off work today or getting out of school to make some memories here in Charlotte. Of course, that includes plenty of North Carolina Tar Heel fans. They've come from all over to see the Heels play, including a young man here on his birthday. Yeah, you're spot on, Courtney. We're expecting some 250,000 golf fans to file into Pinehurst #2 over the next couple of days. And in fact, we saw 35 to 40,000 here in the first day alone. What a venue, Pinehurst #2, one of the iconic golf courses in the world. And as we were out and about on the course today, we saw tens of thousands of fans taking pictures, enjoying the fan zone, buying merch, and of course, watching some of the best golfers in the world. And as UNC gets ready to play here in Charlotte tomorrow, the NC State Wolfpack is in Pittsburgh tonight, getting ready to take on Texas Tech in a late-night game tomorrow. Our Todd Gibson is following the Wolfpack for us now. He joins us live from Pittsburgh. Gibby, how are things up in the Steel City? And I'm Ken Watlington live at historic Granger Stadium as it's time for another minor league baseball season, the final potentially minor league season here in Kinston. The Down East Wood Ducks and the Lynchburg Hill Cats start a 132-game season tonight in the Carolina League. The gates are opening here for the first of 66 home games at historic Granger Stadium.
Here's 9 on Your Side Sports.
No East Carolina football this week. The Pirates on a bye, but there's plenty of ACC football to talk about. 2 games in the Triangle. We'll head to Raleigh in a moment. NC State wrapping up non-conference play. But we start here at Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill. North Carolina ranked 14th in the nation, taking on Syracuse. The Tar Heels looking to move to 5-0 for the first time since 1997. Wide receiver Tess Walker in uniform and making his Carolina debut after being cleared by the NCAA. Third drive of the game gets his first catch as a Tar Heel. Walker caught 6 balls for 43 yards. It's 10-0 Carolina in the second quarter when Drake May gets hot. Throws an absolute dime to Bryson Nesbitt for the 23-yard score. It's 17-zip Tar Heels. Still before the half, May with all kinds of time throws a strike down the field to Nate McCollum down to the Syracuse 1-yard line. And on the next play, he'll find John Copenhaver for the touchdown. 442 yards and 3 TD passes for May. The Heels led 27-0 at the half. Third quarter, May's third TD pass, but give the credit to Kobe Paysour. Catches the pass that's behind him, juggles it, brings it in, then it's a foot race, one that Paysour will win. 77 yards makes it 37-7, and the North Carolina defense was dominant, holding Syracuse to 221 yards of offense. Amari Campbell with one of 2 Tar Heel interceptions. A lot to celebrate in Chapel Hill. 40-7, the Tar Heels get the victory, setting Mac Brown and company up for a huge matchup against number 17 Miami next Saturday, right back here at Kenan. Let's go to Raleigh. NC State hosting Marshall. MJ Morris in at quarterback, and he'd spark the offense. Tied at 14, he connects with Trent Penix. It's a 39-yard touchdown and a 21-14 NC State lead. Thundering Herd rally to lead at 24-21 at the half, but in the third quarter, it's the J.H. Rose grad Michael Allen putting the Pack back on top. Allen's first collegiate touchdown goes for 37 yards. State led at 28-24. Marshall would retake the lead, but State responds. MJ Morris, 4 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, but this TD pass puts the Wolfpack on top for good. Penix goes for 62 yards. NC State wins 48-41. Pack make the trip to Durham next week to take on Duke. And down in Clemson, Tigers hosting Wake Forest in a low-scoring affair. Cade Klubnik, the 7-yard score. Clemson up just 10-3 at the half. Wake really couldn't get it going. The short field goal here makes it a 10-6 game late in the third. But the final frame, Clemson will shut the door. Will Shipley with the 1-yard score. Clemson gets by Wake Forest at home by a final of 17-12. So the big story of the day, North Carolina getting a huge win over Syracuse. Drake May maybe putting himself back in the Heisman conversation. 3 touchdown passes, 442 yards passing. He also had a rushing touchdown as the Tar Heels moved to 5-0. But as for East Carolina, it's a short week after the bye week. They're back at home in primetime Thursday night at Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium when they take on SMU. Hi, Aaron, and Merry Christmas Eve to you as well. It's been a busy day for the Pirates and the team's first full day here in Birmingham. Right now, we're inside E-Plex Magic City. It's a huge gaming center where the team is letting loose a little bit. This place has everything from computer games to virtual reality to some of your old school arcade games. But earlier in the day, it was all about business for ECU, and because of the frigid weather here in Alabama, the team actually practiced indoors as they visited one of the meccas of college football, Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
'Twas the day before Christmas when all across the state the weather was frightful, but football couldn't wait. It's cold outdoors, but not inside. That's where we found the Pirates practicing at the home of the Crimson Tide.
We're very fortunate to have the relationships with the staff at the University of Alabama for them to allow us to use their indoor practice facility this weekend, and just really grateful for them and the hospitality shown towards us. And I think our guys will get a kick out of that.
The players worked to get better in their purple and gold threads, while visions of a bowl win danced in their heads.
What's up? How you guys doing?
With practice done, it was time to play, a chance to have some fun before Christmas Day.
Our theme is Southern Hospitality, serious football. So we always tell them they're in charge of the serious football. We'll give them plenty of time for meetings and practice time. But when they're not doing that, then we want to make sure they get to experience some of the things that Birmingham has to offer and some of the unique Southern hospitality that we have here.
It's back to practice tomorrow, where the Pirates give all their might. But for now, happy Christmas to all, and all a good night.
And back here live inside the E-Plex, the Pirates have another half hour or so to play some of these games before they get back on the bus, head to the team hotel for a Christmas Eve dinner. But tomorrow, back on the road an hour west to Tuscaloosa and the University of Alabama, where they'll get one more indoor practice before they'll have the rest of the day off to enjoy Christmas Day. Sports anchor Garrett Short is here as well. He'll have your Saturday night sports coming up live from here in Birmingham in about 20 minutes. But for now, Merry Christmas, everyone. With the Pirates live in Birmingham, Alabama, Ken Watlington, 9 on your side. And there is no doubt State fans are on cloud 9 this week after both teams made it to the Final Four. And that includes some of our team here at 9 on your side.
There's a fever sweeping through the WNCT studios.
Go Pack.
It's Wolfpack fever.
Look, I don't watch all the time, but I got excited this year.
State fans come in all forms here at Channel 9. WNCT senior producer Ryan Carter has been a Pack fan since pretty much birth.
The heart and passion for it, from my dad to me. My dad grew up a State fan, just runs in the family.
He was there when State beat North Carolina for the ACC Tournament Championship and at the Bell Tower celebration last Sunday. But Ryan is a graduate of the University of Alabama. Like State, the Crimson Tide is also in the Final Four.
Loved it at Alabama. love the football down there, but there's nothing beats being a State fan right now.
But there is no bigger Wolfpack fan at WNCT, or maybe in general, than 1998 NC State graduate Jerry Jackson.
I love college basketball, love NCAA time, but over the past few decades, there's always that point in the season where it's like everybody else has something to talk about and our season is kind of over. So
not this year.
Exactly. It's nice to have a year where I'm the one that's kind of left standing here. That's kind of a new feeling. I like it. It's fun.
And as the Final Four gets closer, the Pack pride is loud and proud throughout our building. A hard pill to swallow for the Carolina and Duke fans here.
I feel like sometimes we're in the minority, but it's nice to see us kind of coming out on top for once.
Right now, really exciting. Never thought this would happen, but here we are.